So before I start this video, it's basically nighttime right now and I don't want to be loud right now. It's seriously like so dark in here and I had to make this video right now because it's really important and I want this done as soon as possible since I already made that as an idea and I haven't made that for about like months now. So yeah, here it is. So of course this video is going to be about Geometry Dash, but about the main FPS of this game, which is the virtual sync. And yes, you guys know what it is. It is 60 FPS. So yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this. So yeah, stay tuned. First, here's the intro. So as you see by the title of this video, for all Geometry Dash mobile players out there, yes, it is true. You're not in 240 Hz, you're in 60 Hz still. So if you're in the 2.1 era, the 60 FPS thing has been like, being very easy for us to like play on mobile, as doing some kind of frame perfects with that kind of FPS and Hertz. So it makes it so much funnier that we just make some longer jumps. Although it just seems like that we're just going like high up in gravity or something like that. It looks a bit so messed up, but for some of the extreme games when we play that kind of FPS, it's kind of like pretty hard to be honest. Playing these kind of like, extreme demons that are like struggling for us. And basically there are some that are not for us, the 60 FPS players like us out there. It's just only for like, mostly for 360 players out there, because they play in PC. So yeah, but for me I'm like mobile, so I can't even get like 360 FPS that way. Only I play on 60 FPS because I'm a Apple iPad player, so you guys know what I mean. So yeah, so like for all Apple players out there, you can't even change your FPS sadly, like in Geometry Dash normally, because they don't have an FPS changer for this game. Only for the PC players. So yeah, that pretty much sucks, doesn't it? So now the reason why I'm mentioning Apple players is because I'm an Apple player who has an Apple iPad or something like that. I mostly play on that a lot, so you guys know what I am. I'm mostly experienced to like, my iPad so much more than PC since I'm born that way. So. But basically, yeah, in the 2.1 era, like, that counts as like 2.1 and 2.11, we basically had the baddest 60 FPS back then, where, these kinds of jumps make it look very, very weird, which I'm not even gonna lie, it does look very, very weird. Which we can make further jumps if that kind of like heights and jumps like this. It just seems like we jump further across, right? That's when we got used to this kind of FPS back then. And most of the mobile players and the PC players who use that kind of FPS literally just like, mostly experience that kind of FPS for any kinds of challenges and levels that are like based on this FPS for fun, So basically, yeah. And until this is where the moment that struck by that ruined the 60 FPS thing, and that is 2.2. Yes, that's when the update came, and it seemed to not be looking good for all mobile players, including the Apple players. So if you all don't know, when 2.2 has actually came out, their FPS started to act so weird, the 60 FPS. Their jump and their height, they can't even control the ship, the UFO, the cube, any of these kinds of gamers when we play those levels. They start to act very odd, and we struggled to play those, but we seem to act trash with it, which we don't before, like when the 60 FPS wasn't bugging like this. It was so terrible when we were like, bad when this FPS was acting up so weird, to be honest. Some never knew why, which is very terrible. I can actually relate that. That happened to me too. That some thought they were in 240 FPS, and some thought they were on 240 Hz. Like, some thought this like kind of thing. To be honest, I thought it like that way too. Some of them just very confused why the FPS is like that, and it just kind of upset most of the mobile players that make them look stupid and noob. That's why they try and struggle to play like some of the demons a lot. And guess what? They can't even do frame perfects anymore. The 2.1 frame perfects, that you're supposed to jump by. Like, it makes it so much easier for them to do that, but they seem to not be working anymore for some reason. I tried once, like during 2.2, like one challenge that is based on something like this, the 60 FPS frame perfects thing. There was one frame perfect that I tried to do like in 60 FPS, and that's also based on that. I did exactly as I could, and I still cannot make it like right now in 2.2. It's still like so terrible. I don't understand why is it like that. It was very, very stupid. Well, back then, I didn't even know why it was like that. To be honest, it made the mobile players very, very upset and sad that the FPS is like that. And yes, as you can see by the title of this video, no, it is not the hertz, it is not the FPS, it is nothing like that. There is a reason why it was acting up like this. That's because RobTop, the creator of Geometry Dash, changed the physics of this game, which, yeah, that's what kind of fricked up the whole community right there. Well, almost. But some people didn't seem to like the 2.2 update nowadays because of what's happening with the FPS, something like that. And again, it's the physics that RobTop has changed. I couldn't lie, RobTop had to fix it like this since, the FPS back then was kind of like very, very funny. But the physics, yes, it's about the physics in this game. The ship, the game modes, Q, all their physics has been acting up that way. That's why. Like seriously, back in the start of Geometry Dash, the physics that RobTop has made was kind of like very funny. That it just almost like reminded me of Scratch, the Scratch, remakes of Geometry Dash. The ship physics is just what makes it like very more funny when I play something like this. But that's kind of like an example of something like this. But that's not how exactly RobTop did. He made this physics like very much, weirded back then, and it was kind of like very funny how I see it that way still. But I can relate to the fact that he's just like developing like Jumpy Dash like almost further still, because that's just the start of him just like creating Jumpy Dash back then. When like 1.0 was around, and then 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, all the way up to 2.1. Like I think he fixed the physics a bit, like as when the updates go further by, and also all the way up to 2.2, where we get confused by the physics. It's just like they did not like for me like it 2.2 was a long awaited update. I must say it is very much a long awaited update, and most of the Jump Dash players do need that update the most, since because of the triggers and the new camera controls and platform, everything like that. But the physics of playing that game, the gameplay thing, that's part of the FPS and hertz, everything. That's what RobTop needed to change, and everyone did not like the way how he did, because it did ruin the game like a bit, and most of the mobile players struggle on trying to do like play the game, something like that. However, they just seem like they just can't move it anymore. But they still play the game. For me, I do. But we just can't even take the physics. Some of them can't. Some of the like had to take it. So like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I still love the game the most. But the reason why I'm making this video is because back then, like months ago, I thought I was in 240 FPS, which I did say in the video that you guys are watching right now. That I thought the same thing. Just like some of the mobile players think they were. I thought I was in 240 FPS on mobile, like all because of the 2.2 update and how I see the physics acting up, which I didn't know it was a physics. I thought I was in a different FPS that RobTop has changed it for us. But no, I was still wrong, and I still didn't know what happened to Jump Dash. And why was that game acting up so weird that we can't even play the game properly? That was when my friend, again, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are gonna be triggered by this, or maybe not, I don't know. My friend Nucleus came up by. Well, he didn't actually came up to me. I actually came up to him for reasons. I asked him about a completion that I did for his spam challenge list, which was one spam SEO challenge that I did for him. SEO stands for spam challenge list, if you guys didn't know. I asked him if the completion of mine actually counted. I actually recorded it like entirely on my iPad. However, he said that didn't count because I'm on 60 FPS, which I was confused by the fact that why he didn't actually do that is because that level was verified for 240 FPS and 360 FPS players, and I didn't even realize that. So of course, if I use the wrong FPS, then of course it wouldn't count. Even if I go lower or higher than like 240 or 360, like something like that, if you guys know what I mean, then of course it wouldn't count. So of course I have to use the exact number, correct number, to actually like beat it with, that kind of correct FPS, and then it will count. Even if I do it on record, they would accept it. However, I didn't actually do that, so I tried my best to do it on PC, like after that, but didn't work, so I just gave up. However, I'm still happy to beat that one challenge that I've been in, so. But still also sad the fact that it didn't count. However, my dude Nucleus told me that, one thing that, that caught up to me, which is again, the 60 FPS physics or something like that. Well, if you all don't know how he actually said that to me, well, it's because I was just telling him about like how my FPS is like bugging up so hard that I can't even play the game properly, and that's because he told me that it's the physics that is just like acting up. I was wondering like what the heck is the physics of the 60 FPS that was happening. He basically told me the entire thing of what actually happened, and basically yeah, Rob Top did actually like almost made Jump Dash a downfall for that. But yeah, I gotta give a shout out to my dude Nucleus for telling me that. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it. So yeah, if you guys want to go subscribe to his channel, that's linked in the description below. Big shout out to him. He's mostly famous for doing, being an iPad spammer, something like that. In Geometry Dash, basically he does those spam clips, with his fingers. He does basically like, yeah, just like all the best spammers out there who like PC players. But there was like one just doing on mobile. So yeah, anyways. But yeah, guys, if y'all don't know, you're not on 60 FPS, you're not on 240 hertz, like anything like that. Your physics are just like changed. That's it. RobTop just only did that for reasons, just to make Jump Dash a bit better, which I don't think that should actually happen at all. And sorry to all my viewers out there, and all my subscribers who watch my videos a lot, thinking like why I just said about like 240 FPS and just like confusing them, something like that. I just thought that happened, but I did say that in one video, like when playing a Jump Dash level, like playing Jump Dash. I did kind of freak up the most right there when thinking that I thought I was in 240. But yeah, I'm still sorry. I did not mean to do that. That was kind of a very bad mistake. So yeah, I'm still very sorry. But anyways, that's it for this video. Just to remind you all that you are not in 240 FPS. You're not in 240 Hz or any other FPS or any other Hz. You're still in 60 FPS and still on 60 Hz. You're still safe and fine. It's just the physics has just changed. So don't be sad. You'll get better at the game and get used to the physics. I'm used to it a bit, but not actually. So yeah, I was going to make a video of something like this, but backwards, saying that you're on 240 FPS, not on 60 Hz or something like that. Oh my gosh. So yeah, but that's it for this video. So I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made this far in this video, then thank me later. So if you did find this helpful, like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see content like this. I make this most of the time, Jump Dash. So yeah, also comment down below what you guys think of this video. I'll answer your comments and everything. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching. See you guys later, and also Happy New Year's Eve. Goodbye. Also, I know my voice seems very like that low. It's just because I'm in nighttime and I feel very sleepy when making this video. Don't worry, I'm not Nucleus behind this account. I'm just Clawbuckle myself, so don't ever think I'm Nucleus. Thank you. Alright, anyways, goodbye.